So a really critical idea about how to use all the music techniques, all the music learning techniques we've been talking about, is this idea of playing your edge. This can apply many, many different ways, but the essence is the same, is that you are always going from something you cannot do into something that you can do. You're always pushing yourself a little bit further, but not doing things that are so difficult that you make no headway, or so easy that you're never challenged. You find your edge, whatever it is, in whatever area you're working on, and you kind of play right near the side where you can kind of do things, and you push them a little bit into things you can't quite do. So the simplest way to look at this is like if you're putting together a new piece of music. Let's say I look at a measure of this Bach double that I've never looked at before. Like, I do know how to figure out what the notes are, but I don't know how to just play this measure from memory. So I start with just a few notes that I don't know, and I repeat them a few times, and then there we go. I have some time to correct it. There we go. So let's add one more section that I don't know. So I was able to play all those individual sections by themselves, but I wasn't able to weave them together before. So now I'm going to push myself to play them all together without looking a little faster. See, there I went from doing what I could do, which is kind of read the notes, to moving away from the book, just trying to play them from memory at tempo. And this process can take a lot longer or a lot less time, but again, you're focusing on something you can do and going into something you can't do. Another way this happens a lot is with speed. When you're really trying to work on speed techniques, like if you're trying to work on like a tremolo or something like that. Like my tremolos are not super great, but if I wanted to just take a second and build them up, I would start with something I definitely can do, which is just kind of line that up and then try to focus on having better attacks. Slowly speed it up. If I start making mistakes, I slow it down again. So it starts to sound raggedy right about there. So what I'm going to start to do, this is the speed burst idea. The way you push this with speed is with speed burst. You find what you can do. I can pretty easily go... I can do that pretty easily, but I can't go much faster than that clean. So what I'm going to start going is... slow it down again. So you're getting all three at that really quick speed is really tricky. So I've got to slow it down to figure out how do I extend this third finger. And then kind of a little bit, still kind of messy. A little bit. So I'm already figuring out like these three fingers actually. I can actually do a decent burst with these three fingers. This one is the problem. So again, my edge is not so much with these three fingers, but exchanging between these two, my ring and my middle. So I'm going to focus even closer onto that edge. I'm just going to forget the other fingers and just... See, this finger doesn't want to extend as far. I can feel it. I want to make more space between them. And I try to put it together with the other three. Still not working. Slow it down. Rush it. Okay. That was like still a little raggedy, but that sort of vaguely resembled the tremolo I'm going for. And you see what I did was I looked for what I could not do and kind of played it right up against what I could do and slowly pushed it a little bit at a time. So this is basically true of anything, whether it's like remembering a piece of music or like technique that you haven't built in terms of speed or in terms of slowness or in terms of phrasing or expression, whatever it is, or how many songs you know. You're always looking for something that challenges you but is not so challenging that you either can't get a handle on it or you just get frustrated and give up. You're looking for your edge and you're looking to push it.